Burning the late night oil. The Michigan State Supreme Court still in session at this hour, would you believe, handing down opinions on several cases, one of them of big interest here in West Michigan, deciding the fate of a local embattled judge. 24-hour News 8's Henry Erb watching this all day and all night, awaiting a ruling. He is at the live desk in the newsroom. Henry?
Susie, 11 o'clock at night, the Supreme Court's last day of its term. On a Friday night, nonetheless, they're still churning out opinions. Still, however, not the one a lot of people in West Michigan are waiting for. And that's the opinion about whether or not Judge Stephen Servaas will stay on the bench in his 63rd District Court seat. That, of course, has been a decision that we've been waiting for all day. The judge and his attorneys and a lot of people in the Rockford area who have supported the judge are waiting for that decision. The Judicial Tenure Commission, of course, alleged that the judge actually vacated that seat because he lived for a time outside of his portion of the 63rd District. That the Supreme Court decision will decide whether or not he is disciplined for that and what, in fact, that discipline might be. Now, the Supreme Court has been churning out decisions all night. We've had 4 in the last 3 hours, and we are told that the next one to come out is the Servaas decision. We don't know when that's going to happen. It could happen still in this broadcast. If it does, we'll bring you the information. We certainly will bring it to you online and tomorrow morning on Daybreak.
We are going back live down to the live desk in the newsroom. Henry Erb is standing by with breaking news. Henry?
All right, Susie, the information just came out of the Michigan Supreme Court, a decision in the Servaas case. Here it is. The Supreme Court has voted 4-3 for public censure in the Servaas case, not removal from office. That means Judge Servaas gets to keep his seat in the 63rd Judicial District, and that he will face some sort of public censure. We're not quite sure what that will be. This is a tweet from the public relations people at the Supreme Court. We have not seen the full decision yet. We expect that to come down later on yet tonight. But good news for Judge Stephen Servaas. He will stay on the bench in the 63rd Judicial District.
Henry, this is really a major victory for Judge Servaas.
Well, it is. In fact, this is an interesting case because even the Judicial Tenure Commission has come under fire for its handling of the Judge Servaas case.
I know, Henry, besides the issue of his residency and whether he moved out of his jurisdiction for being on the bench, there was the issue of inappropriate conduct, some doodling of maybe some sexual images on court files.
Right, and there was also some allegation of an improper remark to a clerk at a party. All of these, of course, were not anything that had to do with his actions on the bench, which I believe probably played some role in the Supreme Court's decision allowing Judge Servaas to remain on the bench.
All right, Henry Erb, I know it's pretty late. Maybe we'll get a comment from the judge if you're able to reach him tonight. Thank you. We'll get back to you if you do. Right now, we are going to the telephone. We have Rockford District Judge Stephen Servaas on the phone. Judge, thank you for joining us tonight. I know this is a victory for you with the Michigan State Supreme Court. Can you give me your reaction to the fact that you weren't fired, but that you're going to be censored?
I'm glad I wasn't fired.
What about the censoring? Any idea what that would be or what it entails, Judge?
Susie, I have not seen anything. I'm kind of surprised. This is the last day of their term that the best they could do was like a Twitter. I was expecting them to get some sort of decision out. I have no idea who voted, what way, and I really don't understand the reasoning because I haven't read it.
I know that we've been following them, in contact with them, following their website and Twitter, and they have been releasing rulings all day and all night tonight. Judge Servaas, can you tell me what has this whole controversy what has it taught you? How has it impacted your life? How has it affected you professionally?
Well, actually you've had a chance to read the newspapers and stuff. To me, I've been here a long time. I've always gotten the highest ratings. These charges that they came up with, they could bring against anybody, any judge, as far as I'm concerned. And the lucky thing for me is I've been here long enough that, I know most of the people up here, and they know that these charges were false.
Judge, are you going to challenge the censorship, or are you going to accept it?
Well, the other part of what I was saying, you know, is that so far it's cost me like $56,000 to even get to the Supreme Court. I suppose there's a time when I have to start saving some money if I decide that, you know, I'm going to retire someday. I don't know what I'm going to do because I haven't read anything. I don't know what their reasoning is, and I don't know who voted which way. So,
are you relieved that it was a censorship instead of a firing?
No, I don't think it should have been anything. You know, I thought this was a big ambush by Judge Smolinski because of the courthouse, and I still think that way. I just can't believe that it's gone this far.
Judge, we'll give you a chance to read that when that opinion is handed down, and we will read it too, and hopefully we can get back in touch with you and get your reaction to what is in the opinion. But we really appreciate you joining us live via the phone right now.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Rockford District Judge Stephen Servaas.